So I feel like I need to do another video talking about this shit. But me personally, I do think the new version, I do think the new version of Circles is way better than the original version. Cause I'm not gonna lie, when Bully, when Kanye was Bully was like leaked last year, I wouldn't even say it was leaked. Kanye released it on his YouTube channel of the original versions of the albums. When I heard the original version of Circles, I was like, I liked it. It was like, it had that drumless swing. If you're a person that's been listening to a lot of underground hip hop music, you've been listening to a lot of drumless hip hop music, you know what I'm saying? It has that shit. It has that same sample that MF Doom used on One Beer, which that was also produced by Madlib. You know what I'm saying? Tyler the Creator used this same sample. You was like, yo, I like this shit. But then, fast forward a year later, Kanye drops Bully and he drops a new version. I ain't gonna lie, I did not like the new version at first. I was expecting the original version, but like over time, I've grew to like this version, and I know this is a hot take, an unpopular opinion. I think the new version of Circles is way better than the original version. And the reason why I'm gonna say this shit, a lot of people is not gonna like hearing this shit, but the original version of Circles, to me, listening to it now in its entirety, all right. I hope I'm saying the word in its entirety. I feel like it's too predictable. Like I feel like the beat is kind of too predictable, and I'm not saying it like in a bad way. I'm not saying that the original version was terrible, but I just feel like it was too predictable. It was too minimalist, and this is coming from a guy that loves minimalist production. But I feel like with that beat, it was hella minimalist. If you kind of put the beat next to MF Doom One Beer, you can kind of feel like the beat is kind of somewhat similar to what Madlib did with MF Doom for One Beer. It's just the only difference. Kanye took different parts of the sample and he flipped it into his own thing, but it sounds way too similar to MF Doom. Like basically what I'm saying is the beat sounds it sounds like an Alchemist mixed with Madlib type of beat. And you gotta understand, bro, a lot of artists have used this sample plenty of times in their raps. Like I said, MF Doom used this sample on One Beer. Tyler the Creator used this sample on his Bastard mixtape. Like there's been plenty of artists that have used this same sample. So what Kanye did is not nothing different. But like if he would have kept the original version, it would have been too much like them other artists' beats. So I see why, and I'm gonna be honest. I see why Kanye added the drums on this new version. Like I said, I didn't like the new version at first, but it grew on me. And I had time to think on it. I think this was actually a good move that Kanye did, because had he would have kept the original version of the beat, it would have been too predictable. People would have compared this shit to people was already comparing this shit to MF Doom One Beer. People would have said this is a Madlib type beat. So I feel like him adding drums to the song, like it gets rid of all that shit. It gets rid of all those comparisons. So yeah, I like this new version. I like that he added drums to it. I like that he added more. It feels a little bit more polished, even though it keeps that unpolishedness, but it feels a little bit more polished. It feels a little bit more complete. I'm glad that he got rid of Don Toliver's verse, because I feel like Don Toliver's verse was not needed. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to know, standing there, you know. Yeah, I'm glad he because apparently he uploaded the version with Don Toliver. I guess because he couldn't he didn't get permission to clear it, so he had to re-record his vocals. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he updated the new version of Circles. Um, it's a lot better than the original version of the new version. Like, it's a lot better. He got rid of Don Toliver's, weak verse. He replaced that. He re-recorded on top of his vocals, not on top of his vocals, but he re-recorded. He basically re-recorded his part of Don Toliver's verse because yeah, like I said, the version is a lot better. It's a lot more polished. The drums is a lot more punchy. Yeah, I fuck with this new version. So that being said, I think that's the reason why Kanye did it, and I personally am happy he did that shit. And this is another reason why I think the new version is better. So y'all let me know what y'all think.